Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our YouTube channel. It's about guitars and amps and also guitars. Guitar. You know, the guitar's not the only instrument. I happen to play a little bit of piano myself. And I thought that I would play you a song before we start our video. Here we go. Thank you very much. And now, on with the video.
Hello, Richard from budgetguitarist.com. I am a web designer, web developer by trade, and so I spend most of my day looking at a big screen like the one behind me here, and I need to be able to see. So here's a helpful little tip for those of you out there who use computer screens a lot. When you go to get glasses, by default, they will want to prescribe you reading glasses, which is like for something that is like this close, like reading a book. But if you're sitting in front of a screen that's a 27-inch like the one behind me, you can actually ask for a prescription for whatever distance you want. In my case, I asked for 18 inches, which is about the distance I sit from the monitor. You might want to go with 20. Just a little public service announcement from budgetguitarist.com. Anyway, today we're going to talk about amps and show you kind of the pros and cons for some different options. We've got solid state, we've got tube, we've got a computer plug-in, we've got a Helix-based product, and we're going to go over the pros and cons of each and just give you a little bit of an overview of maybe what you might want to look into based on what you want to accomplish. So buckle in, because it's going to be a fast ride.
Seriously? You see what I gotta work with here? I try and I say, don't do stupid things on camera. Jeez. Alright, well anyway, let's see what I can do about the rest of this crummy show. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to work some magic.
We're going to start with this Blackstar amp. This is an ID Core Stereo 10. This is a 10-watt amp. It has 2 speakers, 5 watts to each side. It's got a bunch of knobs on it. This amp, or something similar, goes for somewhere between $80 and $100. It's definitely suitable for playing in your bedroom, playing in your den, your basement, whatever. It's not really suitable for recording. It's not really suitable for jamming with a band. It is very suitable for bedroom playing, and that's what I use it for. This normally lives upstairs in our master bedroom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a Shure SM57 in front of this amp, and I'm going to kind of run you through some of the sounds really quick. Okay, so here we go. PRS S2 Satin 24, Seymour Duncan Pearly Gates pickups. The biggest problem with this is the Blackstar ID Core series has a really cool effect when you put it on stereo chorus or reverb. It uses kind of like audio trickery to make the amp sound bigger than it really is. I can't really capture that here with this one Shure SM57 mic. So you'll have to take my word for it. Here's crunch. Let's go humbucker bridge. Super crunch. Hello to you too. Let's gun it. Also has a headphone jack, also has audio input so that you can connect your phone or whatever to it, play backing tracks and jam out. I have taken this with me on vacations before, and it's super light. I think it's great. If you just want to have something that sounds really good, you got around $100 and you want something that's small that you can just take anywhere around the house, I think this is a good option, but again, there's others. Also, solid state, no tubes, no parts to swap, etc. and so on. The next thing we're going to do is look at my favorite tube amp for under $750, which is, of course, the Fender Bassbreaker 15. Slightly off camera, over here, you might see my Fender Bassbreaker with the SM57 mic. I've got it just where the center of the speaker meets the cone. So just if this is like the center of the speaker, the mic is pointed to like right here. Not here, right here. Okay, so I'm going to play a little bit. I'm going to give you 3 settings on the Bassbreaker with 2 different guitars. I'm going to go quick so that this video doesn't take a million years. This is clean. So there you go. It really depends what you want to do. And as you can see in my case, I've got four different scenarios that I use. So the little practice amp it stays upstairs, the Blackstar. Downstairs, I've got the Bassbreaker, but honestly, if I'm playing like just kind of jamming for fun, maybe I'll use it. Really, that's what I would use if I was playing live with a drummer, with other musicians. For sure, that's what I would use. For recording, to me, the HX Stomp wipes the floor with the software plugins I have, whether it's Logic or Amplitube 3. Now, there is a version 4 of that software, which is supposed to be a little better. I don't care. I think the Helix sounds are better. So if you've got the Pod Go or the HX Stomp or the Helix LT or full-blown Helix, I think you've got some really good sounds. They do take tweaking. You got to know what you're doing. The presets aren't very good. You can download some sounds, though. There's a ton of people selling presets right now. And good for them. But, budget guitarist, what am I going to do? Charge $1? It's not worth it. So at some point in time, I will give them away for free. I've only had the unit for several weeks now. I really feel like I need to study it more to get better sounds out of it. There's not one right answer. And if somebody wants to throw shade at you, as the kids say these days, because you have a Lion 6 Spider or whatever, whatever. It's really all about the best tool for the job. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a little practice amp that gives you a lot of different sounds. It doesn't matter what other people think, it matters what you think. Now, that said, if you are going to be playing with a live drummer, I do think that you probably need, if it's a solid state amp, 50 watts would be good. If it's a tube amp, you can get away with 15, in some cases 12, in some cases 20, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. In the comments section, if you want, ask any additional questions, make suggestions for future videos, tell me what you agree with, what you disagree with. I love to talk about this stuff. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next Friday at 5.